What is good, my gamers? We are looking at the Phantom from Tekkusai and Gale. I don't know who Gale is. I actually thought it was just from Tekkusai, but here we are. Anyways, this is it. Obviously, I have not seen anything about it. I don't think I've even watched any content about it. So this is like a genuine first impressions. I just got out of the foam plastic because it might be reflective. Other than that, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can take a look on the back. I feel like there's nothing. Oh, there's still some plastic on it. Oh. I'm gonna take a look at the back. I doubt there's anything, but it's worth a look. Let's hopefully not open this and lose it all. Nope. Okay, never mind. There's like absolutely nothing on the back. It's literally just nothing, so there's no point. Anyways, first impressions. Here's the artwork, as you can see. Has the same fonts and very similar box as the Guardian. Let me just pull that up real quickly. Hold on. I'm not sure why this box is so heavy, but here's the Guardian box. You can see it's the same exact shape or same size exactly. Has the same font. The Guardian just has different, colors and whatnot. So yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at it. Let's see if I can even open this. Like, the problem is this thing is so huge, I can't even open this like on my desk, like completely, like especially while trying to film it. So yeah, let's just open it honestly, then I'll have to take it out then, Look at that. Okay. Let's take a look at this first. I like how it's like very iridescent or pearlescent, chromatic. I don't know. Thank you for choosing the this limited edition glass pad. It's a really nice feeling, by the way. Why Phantom exists? Pure speed, crisp tactile feedback, ultra low skin stick, sleeve or no sleeve, toughened Japanese NSG glass. Monster prototyping and playtesting created a surface that lets you aim faster and track cleaner than anything else. The included Ghost Glide skates use a microfoam backing to keep every swipe quiet and buttery smooth. I totally forgot it came with these skates. Can't wait to try those. Run it bare armed or sleeve to feel the difference, then tag us on X. Stay sharp, Mark and Gale. Yeah. Cool. I am interesting how these points will stack up. I do want to reference them later just because, like, I don't know. Let's see. Anyways, I do have to compare it with, I do have some glass pads under this. I have the lock-on Haru as well as the Guardian, the ones I've been kind of using the most. So yeah, okay. I'm going to have to probably just show you this and then like take it out and open it. Like, it's kind of hard. Or just, no, I'm just going to have to take it out like as you'd expect because I'm just going to have to do this really quickly off camera because I cannot do this safely right on my table. It is barely fitting. I'll be one. Already, it's first impressions is it's as light as the Guardian or about as light, maybe a little bit heavier. No, about as light. And as you can see, it came with these things, which is probably the microfiber cloth. Yep, the clean cloth as well as the Ghost Glide skates. I just know this because the Guardian was just like this. So yeah, use the Phantom. Let me just check they made it clean cloth. I'm sure it's nothing special, just the same design, probably with the Phantom written on it, or Phantom. I think this might be different actually. Oh wow, this is different. This is a really huge cleaning cloth. And I'm not mad about that, but damn. Okay, cool. So this is a very, I would say, custom microfiber as Phantom. And so far, I do like it. It's nice. So that's good to get, just because it genuinely does feel nice. But it's just, it's just a microfiber. Then we have the Ghost Glide skates. I will open it just for now, just to see it. But we'll obviously test it later. So let me just get an opener now. Oh my god, it worked for once. If anyone has seen my videos, you know I struggle with these. That actually worked. Hello. Hello. A journey that started in 2019. What started as a small passion project has evolved into something much larger than we could have ever expected. Thank you for being part of our story and for inspiring us to keep striving for your endgame. We hope these latest generation mouse skates will be the catalyst that helps you unlock your potential. Thank you. Ghost Slides. Thank you. I like how it's a thank you from like all the Chinese food bags and whatnot. It's like the same thing. Although it does look pretty good right now in black and white. I'm just saying, I found that funny. Anyways, let's take a look at it. Oh! Wow! This is a skate removal tool. And like actually it does look like it's viable. And it's the Ghost Glide logo. That's really cool. The material on this, I don't know what this is. It's some such form of plastic, as you can see. It looks kind of like, I don't know. I'm actually glad this came like this, and it does look like it's actually viable. So that's good to see. For the skates themselves, we got, okay, well, we got the microfiber cloth, or alcohol wipe, I mean, sorry. I don't know why it looks like that. I don't know. And then we get to one set of skates, which is, I mean, I'm not, I wish it was more, but you know what, whatever, 5 times 4 is 20, that's okay. One of them's look a little bit off-centered. There's obviously this covering as well. This whatever. Like I said, I'll take a more deeper look at these later. I think I just wanted to, if it's really easy to do it, I'll do it right now and just look at that, just quick glance at it's okay. I forgot which skates these are exactly. Like, I don't remember if these are the Cyclone Pros or okay. I do not know, and it doesn't say on the packaging. Oh, it does. I'm dumb. Cyclone Pros. There you go. Okay, I have not tried the Cyclone Pros. I've tried the regular Cyclones, and I generally was a fan of them, although they were very similar to the X-ray pad Obsidians. So I don't know. Anyways, maybe we'll take a look at that after, or I don't know. We'll see. Let me just put this back really quickly. Also curious to try this out. Really cool skate removal tool. I mean, just look at it. This is cool. All right, there you go. Now let's look at the actual glass pad. Oh, okay. If I could, hold on. Here it is. I'm gonna take a look at the back really quickly. Nothing special. Very similar to the Guardian. Seems very what's the word? Sticky. So that's good. And here is the Phantom. First impressions, the artwork makes it look a lot smaller. Even though it's the exact same size as the Guardian, it feels a little smaller to me just because the artwork is like so simple. I don't know. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just something I feel like I'd note. I feel like there's already dust on it everywhere. Anyways, in terms of feel, I feel like it's actually, it feels actually smoother than the Guardian. I might be tripping. Okay. Here's the artwork. Not much to comment on. It's just kind of simple, black and white, or with some blue accents. Looks okay. I think I actually do prefer the Guardian's design more than this, but not by that much, I guess. Like, I don't know, they're just different, you know? They have very different aesthetics. But if I had to choose, I'd probably like the Guardian a bit more, but like, not that by that much. They're different, Anyways, let's get to trying it. Some skates I have for use, or to try them, are these are the Ultra Glide Racing Sport 2s. These are the, what's the word? Unusual Way Sports Ice Silver Fox. I totally forgot. I got on my Meow here. I don't remember exactly what these are. I think these are Ultra Glide, like Ultra Ice runs, I think. And then I have right here Ultra Glide Ultra Brake skins. I've just been happening to trying these skates because they're the new skates. I've been trying them, so yeah. But maybe I'll have a, let me look for really quickly for a different mouse just to try. Actually, I'll do that after. For now, let's just get my first impressions. So the current mouse I've been using, I've been using all these pretty relatively often, but the one I have more familiar with is probably this is last one I used. So let's get my first impressions on the Fenrir ASIM with Racing Sport 2s. Damn, that's fast. Jesus. I want to know how much of it is due to it being a new pad, because I feel like the Guardian felt really fast like this too at first, but this feels insanely fast. Like, this is too fast. Wow. Jeez. Like, now I can really barely click without moving the mouse at all. Like, this is gonna be one of those. Oh, there's like so little friction. That's so nice. You know, technically it's still there. Like, you can't get rid of friction completely, you know, but this is pretty close. And as you can see, it really glides. Like, look at that pinky flick. If you understand that, you're the OG. But the stupid pinky flick. And look at that. Anyways, that's the Racing Sport 2s. So far, first impressions, super loose. Like feels like I'm actually just on ice right now, and it's like, which is terrible for attack FPS if you wanted to do that. But like in general, it's super fast, and it's great for like tracking games. Whenever I can tell, this is definitely one. This is really fast. Like this is way too fast. Like I thought, like this is insane. In terms of the one thing I have been saying about the Phantom was that it actually has some control by like pressing down on it. Apparently it's like textured, whatever. So I'm gonna give that a go as well. But first, let me just see. They said also just textured in general. Yeah, I can see why they do that. Let me try some other ones really quickly though. Let me try some of the other skates I have. Let's try the silver foxes. God, these are loud. Or relatively loud. I think the Ultra Glide skates have just been really good at not making as much sound. It feels wrong. Okay, never mind. I can see what they mean by not smooth anymore. Like it feels like you know when you're using a glass pad and sometimes dust gets under your skate and then it just feels like you're like having like a piece of sand or something that's just gross. It kind of feels like that. More bearable because it's more consistent and less, you know, terrible. But it does kind of feel like that. But also it does feel very fast, as you can see. Like it's still like. So that's interesting. All right, that's the Silver Fox skates. I don't think I have much to comment on there. It's just it's less smooth and louder than the Ultra Sports Ultra Racings 2, but in general the speed is relatively similar. This might be a heavier mouse, so it might be a little bit slower to me. So I don't know, but you know, let's try the Ultra Glide Ultra Brakes. Yeah. Super smooth, or I mean smooth in comparison. It is actually gonna have a lot more, you know, a lot more friction, which is because these are control skates. But even then with these control skates, using this on the Phantom is like, it's so fast. It's like it's not even control. I wouldn't even say that. It's like this is like using the wallhack SP4 with speed skates. That's kind of what I'm getting. Like it's so fast. Like this is, I would not call this control. There is, I don't even know if there's even, hold on. There's more like tug, I guess, but it's like, the Phantom makes it so fast that it's like, I don't need, honestly, I wouldn't even say the skates matter that much on this point. Like this is still very much a very similar experience. Like if this is 100%, like in terms of like speed or like whatever, this is like 95%, you know, versus on maybe a fabric pad, the difference would be like 100% and like 80%, I don't know, 70%, you know what I mean? There's a huge difference. While on the Phantom, the difference is a lot less noticeable. Okay, lastly, let's try these. I think these are the Ultra Ice runs. I could be wrong, but from Ultra Glide, but yeah. Yeah. All these skates have been performing very similar, except the Ultra Brakes, which a little bit are, but like these three in general, maybe this one's a bit slower. Not much to comment on here. Yeah, honestly, with this being 95%, this is like 96, 97%. It's like that's how little of a difference is. Anyways, I did want to see the, what's it called? Like the, I don't know why I put these away. I want to see the what people are talking about when they mean like they push down and like if there's like actually control you can get. So let me try that. So this is regular. Pushing down. I've been using a lot of, I've actually been using fabric pad recently, so to me this is like nothing. This is like nothing still. Like, you know, obviously it's not control, but I do want to compare it to like something like the Guardian to like see if it's like actually noticeable. Because right now, as of, you know, it's super fast, and then like pushing down puts a little bit more control, and that might be a good amount actually. I'm not sure. I just need a, I've just been, my frame of reference has been changed, so yeah. Scratches even more. God. Okay. The difference is not as significant as I thought it would be, as people may be putting it out to be. I don't know. I didn't read that many reviews or watch that many reviews about it, but I do remember some people were saying like, oh, you get a lot more control. This is speed and control. Like, you know, like you can get it with both. And so far, I can't really agree with that. Like, it's just really fast. Like, I mean, as the paper suggests, it says pure speed. I would agree with that more. It doesn't even say like, oh, you can get some control out of it, and I don't think it does. So, oh Jesus. But it's also very, as you can see, it says crisp tactile feedback. That's true. But on the other side, it also is very loud in general. At least compared to the other glass pads. So if that's something that bothers you, sound or, you know, then yeah. And it's also not as smooth, but that doesn't bother me really. And oh god. Okay, that's just something on it. Maybe not. Okay, that actually bothers me right here though. I think there's something on the skates though. This does not feel right. Let me just. Okay, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm tripping, but I don't. Oh. But like something like this actually doesn't bother me really. Like even these. But it's definitely scratchier, so that might bother you. But definitely fast, really fast, and wow, insane. Time to compare them. So some things we have in comparison are the lock-on Harut, as well as the Guardian. Well, let me actually get the Guardian first, because that is obviously the thing most people want to see compared to. So let me move the Guardian or the Harut out of the way. All right, here is the Guardian next to the Phantom. One thing I kind of wonder is what the difference is between putting use on it in terms of like the Guardian. I've used it a while now, so I wonder if like I wonder how the coating, or not the coating, the you know, how it feels, if it feels different overall. Basically, I want to know about that. In terms of complete directly feel, they actually feel fairly similar. I'd say the Guardian feels a little bit smoother, but not by like a substantial amount. But that's just in terms of like feel. So let's go back to my Racing Sport 2s on the Fenrir sim. God, I've been using fabric pads so much that I forgot how fast these glass pads are. Because I've been using it for like actual getting some control. Okay. We're getting to the point in glass pads where the difference is so minute that I don't know if I can tell a difference. And there probably is, and if I really compare it, but like at the first glance, I wouldn't be like, it's not so noticeable where I'm like, wow, difference. I'm sure it is different, but on first glance, they're really similar. Yeah, they're really similar. Honestly, I would have to say even it maybe feels a little bit slower, maybe, but like not. But like if it is, it's so not noticeable. Like, here's what I mean: if the Guardian is 100%, the Phantom is like 99, 98%, maybe. Like variation distance, a variation in. Could be anything at this point. Could be that there's oil on this pad and there's not on it. You know what I mean? Like there's just that little difference. So basically, I would say the speed is exactly comparable at the moment. From what I can tell, it does seem to be slower doing this quote-unquote test. Maybe not. I don't know. In terms of feel, like I said, really similar. Like practically identical. Maybe with this one, with the Guardian being a little bit smoother, but not by that much. This is more feedback on this one, so you might prefer that. Let's move on to the other skates. Let's move on to Ultra Ice Runs, I believe. Oh, okay, yeah, this is something making the skate scratch. It's probably this like dust part. I hate this. All right, well, I don't know. Let's just. Yeah, the difference is just so little at that point. Here we go, ultra brakes. I'm also trying to do some pushing down on it because I'm curious to know if it like is noticeable in terms of speed, you know, or control, I guess. Hmm. Honestly, they feel so similar to me, besides slight textural differences. Even then they're pretty similar. These feel so similar to me. I think like I'm as you can see, I've been really trying to focus on it. And so far they're so similar to me that honestly, they could be the same pad with the different artworks, and like if I didn't know any better, I'd probably be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like they're so I mean, I don't know if I'm tripping at this point. I mean, it really does feel that similar though. Which is, of course, at this point, not surprising considering how far you move into direction. There's only so fast you can get. There's only so much you can get, you know, in terms of innovation and stuff like that. So, you know, that's nothing to be, it's nothing I knock against or anything. It's just that, you know, like you've really gone to the extreme ends. At a certain point, there's only so much difference is gonna. It's only so different it could be. But yeah. I'm trying to move this a little bit just so I can get like a little bit a different area of the pad. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. So once again, let's try Phantom Guardian. Okay. My impression is telling me now that this is like 1% faster instead of the other way around. At that point, as you can see, we're getting to such a point where the difference is practically negligible. And in my opinion, you're getting to the point of, they're practically the same. I would not consider them different, at least in terms of the speed so far to me. Obviously, that's not extensive testing. That's not me testing every single thing like, you know, static dynamic or anything. That's just my first impression in terms of speed. Also, that doesn't consider that people have been saying that you can do more push down on this pad, makes it a little bit more controlled. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, they're so similar. Maybe 1% difference to the difference. Yeah, you get the point. You get the point. Now let me see if I can notice any difference between push down in terms of like, you know, because apparently put pressure this one actually slows it down a lot. Wow. Wow. Okay. I think I have enough to say my final impression for now. And that is, to me, they're practically the same. Are they different? Probably. Are they probably do have variance, but at least with the skates I've tried, and my limited experience testing it, they are practically the same. They're not exactly the same, but they're so similar that it's like, what's a good analogy to compare this to? It's like, I'm trying to find a good comparison. It's like trying to compare a brand mouse versus the non-brand mouse with the exact same shape. There's probably a difference. Maybe even then that one's more of a difference. Okay, hopefully you get the point. The general gist is, honestly, I don't even know if I can tell a difference at this point. And this is me hyper fixating on it and trying to find a difference, right? This isn't me just normally, This is me trying, like literally taking the time to compare them side by side. And barely being able to find a difference. Like, the difference is so negligible that it might be placebo, is what I'm saying. So I wouldn't even trust, like, when I say like 1% different, or whatever. It might be placebo at this point. It might be that this has slightly more skin oil on it because I've used this more. It could be so many different factors. Ultimately, I don't even, I hope that gets my point across. So, with that said and done, look at the Harut really quickly, compare this, because this should be a difference. This should be a difference. Prove I'm not crazy. And if it is the same, then maybe I am crazy. Yeah, definitely very controlled, a lot more controlled. So much more controlled, actually, compared to this, I mean. Yeah, okay. I'm not crazy. So, I feel like I've seen a lot of videos, or not seen a lot of videos, but like heard vaguely that the Phantom would be so much, or not so much different, but different enough where it's like, oh, it's faster, but it has more control, or in certain aspects. I don't know. I feel like I've seen that at least once or twice, and to be completely honest, I don't see it. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe it's a skill issue. Maybe I can't tell the difference between like the subtle variations. But to me, they are practically the same in almost every aspect, with the difference being up to placebo at that point. That's not to say this is a bad pad, obviously, but it's to say that if you have the Guardian, suffice to say, you don't need the Phantom. I mean, in the same way, you already didn't really need the Guardian when you had the wallhack SB4. The difference is there, but it's not like, the difference is bigger, but it still very wasn't much. You're hitting to diminishing returns at that point. And in the same way, this is even more so diminishing returns. So you're getting to the point where even I, someone who am doing it side by side with multiple different skates, multiple different mice, I review mice for, I almost said a living. I don't do it for a living, but you know what I mean? I review mice and I review glass pads. And at this point, I can't tell a difference side by side. I can't tell a difference. The biggest difference I notice is the surfacing feels slightly different. And even then, they're really similar. Yeah. Okay. I'm desperately trying to find a difference because I hope I don't get edited out and out as being like, oh, you just suck, or like there's a difference. I don't know. At least for me, completely from my point of view, from what I'm trying right now, they seem to be pretty much the same thing. And so far, honestly, I guess that leaves me slightly disappointed. Because like I bought a whole new glass pad and it's like, oh yeah, I'm not upset at Tekkusai. I'm sure there probably is a difference, like minorly, and that's not his fault either, considering when you're moving to this sort of extreme, like I said, the difference can only get so small, trying to reach the most ultimate of anything. So like for example, trying to reach the smoothest pad, right? It's very obvious going from medium to really smooth, or but it gets harder to go from really smooth to really smooth. And then the farther you go, the difference between those is gonna be so line blurred because we don't have the capable like to feel the super small differences. The differences have become a lot smaller. So that's not to knock on them or anything like that. But to anyone who's been considering buying the Phantom, my my point of view is that it practically is the same thing, and I would really only get it if you like the design a lot, or if you want to support Tekkusai, because regardless whether I think there's a difference in Gale, I suppose, a difference in terms of like the servicing, the fact is Tekkusai is moving the needle forward when it comes to glass pads in general. He made the Guardian. He made the Phantom, which is still a great product by the way. If you don't want the Guardian, then the Phantom is just as good. Obviously, if it wasn't obvious, Um, and as well as the Singularity, which was the insane most budget pad for the for what it is. It's insane priced. Like I still can't believe it. Honestly, $40 is this is almost triple the price. You know, so if you want to support Tekkusai and this is your hobby, I'm not gonna say no. But I'm just letting you know that if you expected a difference, I wouldn't expect that big of a difference. Maybe you can feel it, and I can't. But I would say that I can't notice a difference. I'm still gonna try using them. Maybe see if maybe it is different in the long term. But my first impressions tell me that not really. You know, in terms of the feel, um, they have slightly different feels to them, but like I don't know, explain it. Maybe. Oh, you know what? I can't tell right away, but it might be like better for skin friendly in terms of like stickiness. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Whole video has just been me, kind of, kind of been like, I don't see a difference. I'm not gonna lie. But in general, let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's gonna be my video. I have nothing more to say. Um, I am a little disappointed because I was hoping for at least a noticeable difference to me, right? You know what I mean? Like, of course, we all want to see differences. We all want to see improvements. Like I said, it's not to say this is a bad pattern or anything like that. It's just that at a certain point, when you're reaching diminishing returns, the difference is gonna be quite negligible. And as you can see, even for me, I can, as somebody who cares about this stuff, as somebody who unnecessarily puts time into seeing the difference, I can't even see the difference. So, yeah. That's going to be the Phantom. Still a great pad. Still pretty much still as good as the Guardian. Because, I mean, it basically is the Guardian. Maybe a little bit better if you really want to, like, get the technically the most. But to me, I can't tell the difference. But it's just as good as the Guardian. It's practically the same pad in almost all regards. And so far, first impressions, I think the servicing is slightly different. But I can't really tell a difference without, like, really, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to say. But to me, practically comparable. If you only cared about speed and performance, but not the artwork, I'd say the difference between them, I wouldn't make my decision. I'd base it off what you prefer artwork, and if you didn't care about artwork, then I'd get the cheaper one. If the difference is $5, I wouldn't. If they were the exact same artwork, if these were both blank, and these were both, you know, the same price or a $5 difference, I would lean towards the Phantom because it's the newer product, but ultimately, it's the same experience. I think the whole video has been me saying, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I'm gonna end my video here and actually end it here because this whole video is just me going like, yeah, it's the same. So yeah, I've already said my conclusion 20 times, a little disappointed, but you know what? Still a great pad. Nothing much to say about there. So if you like this video, you want to see a full review of the Phantom, maybe my opinion will change. Who knows? We don't know. Because, like, I mean, maybe this needs some use. Maybe I just don't notice it yet. But, you know, that's just all I'm saying. There might be more to it than I see right now. So if you want to see a full review on this, would appreciate the like, comment, and let me know if you want to see that full review. And, of course, if you want to see a full review, feel free to subscribe as well. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave down comments below. I can maybe compare them to different glass pads. I don't know, whatever you guys would like. But that's gonna be my video. So Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace.